Um, Now we've been looking at this at the price zone, right? There being basically um, three uh, three responses that we're looking for, okay? And I just want to remind you um, also that we talked about how the some of you guys are getting a bit turned around on your drawing of the of them Kyle in the building on Tara in the house um of your triangles, and I wanted to make it something that's very simple in your mind. Okay. Number one, okay, all we need for a trend is this movement. Okay, this is the first thing we need: lower lows, lower highs, or higher lows. That's what we need. Okay. Now, with that being said, you're always asking yourself, are we going up or are we going down? If we're going up, then I need to pay attention to the highs, right? And those are going to be what I'm focused on with my trend line. If I'm going up, then I need to focus on the lows for my trend line. So right here, we're going down. So what do I need to focus on? The highs. And so my trend line is just going to connect at the highs. Right here, we're going up. And so what do I need to focus on? The lows. And so my trend line is going up. Okay. This is what you want. Now, remember, the triangle is basically a trap. And so what we know about the triangle is it has three sides to it, right? A triangle has three sides. It has our trend line. It has this side right here, which is basically the past. Market never can go back to the past. And the final side that is not the past or the trend line is going to be your strong area of supply or demand right here. This is it. Okay. This is your price zone. This is your strong area of supply or demand. So very important to be able to see that, because look, this right here, this is our triangle. Okay. What can't the market do? The market can't go in the past. This is our past. It'll never go that way. And then finally, the price zone is going to act as the baseline, right? That's your strong area. So when you this should help us stay drawing this correctly. I remember there was some of you guys that I worked with, and we would joke all the time because go and do the work and come back like, I got it, Chuck, and like, oh no, we reversed, right? We're reversed. You're putting that trend line and you're drawing it. They would draw it like this, and so we worked and worked and worked. And I remember to be the lowest, I'm gonna use this word a little differently here. Type it out. Lowest low, right? That created or produced or led to the lowest, sorry, I did that wrong. The lowest low. I did it backwards. The lowest high that created or produced, okay, that created or produced the lowest low. So as the market is moving down, we have highs, right? Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. But it's not just the lower high, it's the lowest high. That created, we have a low, we have a lower low, we have a lower low. We have our lowest low. So the impetus is the lowest high that has created the lowest low. Okay. At its foundation, this is the impetus. Now, there are some nuances to this, and we will get into this, which is really how to know which one is the lowest high, right? How to know which one is lowest high. You might think, oh, this is logical, right? This is definitely logical, Chuck, that this is the lowest high, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's actually this that's the lowest high. And we'll talk about that like a scenario like this is actually the lowest high, not this. And we're going to talk about that in a second. But I need you to understand this core principle before we complicate the matters. Okay? Now, in a uptrend, okay, the impetus level is going to be the the highest low that created or produced the highest high. Okay. The highest low that created or produced the highest high. So when we're coming this way, okay, our impetus level is going to be here. This is the highest low. So we have a low, higher low, higher low, highest low that created or produced the highest high. We have highs, highs, highs. We have highest high. Okay, so these are higher highs, but this is our highest high, right? This is what we call our impetus level. And the reason we call it the impetus level is because breaking this is the impetus, right, for a new direction. Okay, breaking this is the impetus for a new direction. Okay, we're doing something else because of this action right here, which is why I call it the impetus level. Okay, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for this impetus level. Now, if you come from my fundamentals class, you remember the kingdom. And so connecting the dots for you, the impetus level is where the king resides. Okay. So the king is captured here when we get this change of direction. So let's come over here. Where is the king? The king would be right in here. Now, let me be let me be fair for now. Let me use a different example before I get into, like I said, some of this oops, what am I taking off? Before I get into some trouble here. Let's use this real quick. So we come on in here. Where is our lowest low, our highest low, sorry, because it's an uptrend that produced the highest high. Well, it's going to be right in, we'll say right in here. Okay. This was the low that produced the highest high. So here's our impetus level. And the market obviously broke through, strong handle. And it was the impetus for what? A change in direction.